Welcome back guys, we're back again with another WordPress video, and this time we're going to be going over my own experiences of starting a WordPress site here with SeekaHost and their new custom built control panel. Now it wasn't that long ago myself that I was actually a beginner and I had never, or I had only tried with a WordPress site once or twice before. This was done through another site or a Minecraft server which offered you a WordPress site, and I'm not going to lie, it was hard, I didn't understand it, I messed up a few times and I ended up giving up. And a lot of the time that's because of ease of use or just not understanding. They haven't made it very user friendly and you're just unsure how to actually do it. One thing they've done here at SeekaHost is they've actually made it really easy and accessible to use for beginners. Not only that, it can also go all the way up to advanced WordPress designers, and it covers a whole spectrum. However, if you are just starting, it's perfect. They've got everything built up just how you would want it. If you had no idea what's going on or what you have to do. Not only do they have a lot of tutorial videos showing you exactly how to do it, their customer support is great. You can do a live chat or send a support ticket and they'll get back to you as soon as possible, which is usually within a few minutes. Problem is with cPanel hosting is unless you have actually done it yourself, you don't really know what a lot of the files are and you have to spend hours and hours watching tutorials on how to do it. Whereas with the hosting control panel that SeekaHost does provide for you, it makes it super quick and easy not only to purchase your WordPress site, you can add more sites, you can manage them all in one place, you can manage your domains, your PBNs all in one neat place. They've taken out a lot of the complicated bits that you don't really need as a beginner to know or probably even use, and they've packed that down into an easy to use feature for you. So rather than having to go through your cPanel, find different files, find the folder that you need to and change it that way, on the most part they've just made it a one-click feature so you can find what you want by clicking that particular thing. And then it will do a lot of the work for you in the background. If you've never started a WordPress site yourself and you're unsure exactly what it is, it's basically a site on the internet, whether it be a blog, it could be a website about your business. And after purchasing the domain, you need a host to actually host it onto the internet so people can actually view it, because it won't just work just buying the domain. You just own the domain for however long you've bought it for. However, you need a good host to actually host it on so people can come, they can come onto your website. You've got all the management tools to be able to actually create your site. Otherwise it will just say hello world or hello WordPress, the first message that it comes up with WordPress if you haven't actually put anything on it. So this is why it's important to find a good hosting control panel. So with that, grab your tea or coffee and let's get into the SeekaHost control panel. So guys, to get started, the first thing you're going to want to do is search up SeekaHost and head over to seekahost.org. This is of course providing that you've actually bought your domain first. If you haven't, not a problem, you can just go to seekahost.com. You can easily search your domains. Let's go and have a look now, in fact. So if we go to seekahost.com, and I just want to show you this just to show you how easy you can actually buy a domain here. So let's say you wanted a domain by jdogexamplesite.com. All you got to do is fill it in, press search, and then it'll come up with the relevant results. It will tell you whether they've actually got it available, and if they haven't, what alternatives they can give you. It might be .co, .net, and as we can see here, as easy as that, I've managed to find a domain. It's $10.50. It really is quite cheap. We can add to cart and buy it that way. But enough about the domains, and this isn't a tutorial, more about my own experience here and how I found it with SeekaHost. So let's get started. What you would do as a brand new customer here, and what I had to do myself to actually get my own site started. They do give you a week free trial just to see how you actually like it first, which is great because you can actually check out how the whole site is, how it works, how they've set it up. And another thing that I really want to point to as well is the SeekaHost University. This is a great tool to actually get started. This is exactly what I used to get started myself. I went through some of the free courses first, and what that enables you to do is actually get your site started. It gives you all the tools which you might not have known at first. It tells you exactly what to do. You can just follow it step by step, and it's a free course. Not only that, they do have more advanced courses, which I'm going through myself at the moment, and I find very good, from SEO training, local SEO blueprint, Google AdWords course, and all that sort of stuff, which is actually quite exciting, and it's quite fun to do as well. The way they've done their courses is step by step. You follow a video, you go to the next video, and yeah, I really recommend actually using this first. So once you purchase your package, what do you do now? You've brought up on the main SeekaHost control panel here, and how does it work? Now, what makes the difference here, what made the difference for me, is again how easy it was to use and understand. Along the top here, you got your PBN blogs, you got your WordPress sites, you got your tracking sites and domains. You can keep them all in one easy to manage area. And one thing I really did appreciate is billing. As silly as it sounds, you can actually check your subscriptions, cancel them, add other subscriptions. You can check your invoice and your history all very quickly. There isn't a long process. You don't have to ask for support. You can just click on it, find out, check out the dates. And I find that really refreshing that a company will actually do that for you, because usually they really try to make it a pain for you to actually access this sometimes, especially, if it's cancelling or changing or anything like that. Not saying that I would want to cancel here, but it's just nice to have the easy choice. You can flick through different plans if you want to do PBN hosting rather than WordPress, or PBN hosting to actually help your WordPress site. As I said before, they have actually got a large knowledge base here, which I did use a fair amount myself, and you can easily open a ticket if there's something you're not 100% sure about. Or you do have the live chat on the right as well, so not only that, if you're there, you're struggling with something, you can ask a question and get an answer within a few minutes. So now let's get to the WordPress and why I really enjoy using this site. Let's go to the WordPress sites and let's see how easily it manages multiple sites at once. As you can see here, I only started a number of months ago, and already I've got 3 sites which I'm building. We're starting to get more and more people viewing it each month. My first blog, Jake Dog Official, is actually starting to reach about 500 viewers a month, and my goal at the moment is to hit 1,000 a month, so that's going great. Now, what I meant about how easy I found it to manage, which is a bit different to the cPanel hosting, is just the fact that you can do it all through here. So you can just click your action button, come to jdog.com, and from here you've just got an easy to use page. You've got your WordPress info, of course you've got that all here, from deleting your blog, checking your site IP, changing the name servers if you want to move the domain over, your site login. You've even got a little preview of your site right here, and then they've made stuff like backups super easy. I mean, if you want to do a backup, it's just a case of clicking back up here, and then downloading your backup. It's seriously that easy. For disk space, we can just come over to disk space, check out how much we got free. It looks like I've used almost half at the moment, so I might have to check a few bits, but it's looking pretty good at the moment. I mean, I'm using the second package and I'm holding 3 sites very easily, no problems at all. They load up really quick, all my images and videos are coming up nicely. When I first started blogging or making WordPress sites myself, I wasn't actually sure what SSL meant. It's the little security, so when you have HTTPS, that means it's a secure way of actually going through to your site. People can't be using phishing methods to try and get your data. You can actually put payment data in here securely, and if it says HTTP, it doesn't have a padlock and it's actually not so secure. On WordPress here, what they've done is they've just made it a one-click function. Once you've actually transferred your domain over correctly, you can just click SSL, and it'll add your certificate pretty much within a few minutes. Sometimes it can just take a little bit longer, but on the most part, for me, for all my 3 sites, it's taken a matter of minutes. Now, email accounts, and I do actually have a video on this because I found it such a great feature that I just wanted to let everybody else know that you are able to do this on SeekaHost. So let's come over to email accounts and just tell you a bit about my own experience first of actually creating an email account. I didn't actually see this feature, so I started looking on other YouTubers, and as you do, you find tutorials, you use other plugins and stuff like that. And I'm not joking, I spent at least 3 hours to, in the end, not really have a successful email. It wasn't going through, it was getting put into spam straight away. All the tutorials were slightly different to how I wanted to use them, and I really wasn't getting anywhere. So I opened a ticket with SeekaHost. They very quickly told me about the email account creator here, and I made one, and I'm not even joking you, within a few minutes. I'll leave a link to that video, so you can actually go and check it out yourself. You can follow along if you've started your SeekaHost account, and you can make your own business email or your own site email straight away with so much ease. And that's exactly why I recommend to use SeekaHost. Not only are they cheaper, they're easier to set up, they're secure, you can run multiple sites and blogs all in one area, and they've made the whole process much easier than you originally anticipated. I remember going into it myself and thinking there's absolutely no way that I can actually create a site. How do people do this? How do they, add drop boxes? How do you link stuff? And they've got your back there as well with their handy tutorials, their knowledge base, their tutorials. Not only do they have video tutorials, which I do a few of as well myself, but they also include a nice write-up as well, so you get a nice written guide as well as the video. You can check through, usually a step-by-step process, and they cover everything from making forums, forms, securing your website, adding other websites, moving your domain over, changing your hosting, all sorts of different subjects. And just to show you guys as well, these are the few of the sites that I've been designing myself. First of all, just for practice, but now I actually want to grow them. I've set up a few goals for all of the sites, all different slightly. I always suggest having a goal or something to reach. And these are some of them. This is the first one that I ever started. Lots of links, lots of tutorials. I embedded all my videos, all my main videos will get embedded into this site. Then we've got the gaming site as well, where people can actually post almost like a Facebook gaming site, where you can post all your latest gaming news, information, videos. You can post it all on there. And lastly, I've got one of the makeup sites which I've built for somebody else, full with all the helpful links for skincare, makeup, nails and all stuff like that. And if I'm quite honest, I don't think I would have done any of it without SeekaHost, because like I said before, I had a WordPress plan, didn't really understand it. I tried my best to, but the structure wasn't there, and you need a good structure. Somebody that has a lot of knowledge, that has built this hosting service, knowing that somebody might not understand, they might be a beginner, or if they are more advanced, let's just make this easier for them. And this is my genuine review of SeekaHost as well. I am very happy. I never thought I'd be able to get to this stage of building sites, and I thoroughly suggest anybody that hasn't to get started now, perhaps making a blog, making a WordPress site about your media content, whether you're doing photography, you might want to put your food articles up there, you might be a chef, and there's never been a better time to get online. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next WordPress video. Bye bye.